Okay, now we're going to take a look at Mrs. Robinson by Simon and Garfunkel, and this track is the easier out of the two of our Simon and Garfunkel tracks featured on this DVD, and it kind of falls into the same kind of category as You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Rolling Stones. It's a nice little strummy track. Saying that, this has got more structure to it than the Rolling Stones track. It features lots of guitars on the original. I think there's probably around about 3 or 4 guitars playing little fills and little lead breaks. So I've chosen to just sort of make a composite of 2 parts, 2 main parts really, strummy chords just to give you some, you know, kind of meat and depth to the sound if you just want to strum the song and sing it. And also the little riff as well, because I think that that's quite a famous little figure. The riff is based around the F-sharp 5 chord that we hear during the intro, and the riff is this. Now, you can try and keep your fingers almost on the chord as you play it, or you can I think it's quite nice if you can maybe keep some of the chord tones ringing underneath. It might sound a little messy, but 3, 4. It kind of keeps the groove going a little bit. Using a little bit of palm muting as well on that chord. That chord shape itself is 2nd fret E, 4th fret D, and 4th fret A string. You can play the A and the D string with your 3rd and 4th fingers respectively, or you can bar your 3rd finger across. That will also do. So that's the little intro figure. And basically, I'll play through the verse for you, and then we'll take a look at the chords. 3, 4. Okay, for that first part, we've got 5 bars of F-sharp minor. The riff does kind of carry on, and there's lots of little F-sharp minor pentatonic fills, but like I said, I've stuck mainly to that little figure. 5 bars of F-sharp, then we play a B7th. Now the B7th, I'm barring across the 2nd fret of the from the A string, playing the 4th fret D, G, and B, and then adding my little finger on the 5th fret at the top E, like so. We then have the chord of E, A. Now the D chord, I'm playing this as a C shape, just so because of the movement of the next chord. It may or may not have been this voicing, but I just think it works, really. So I'm barring across the top 3 strings at the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the B string, 3rd finger on the D at the 4th fret, and my little finger plays the root note on the 5th fret of the A string. Then we drop down to the next chord, which is an A over C sharp, so it's an inversion of an A major chord, and for that we're barring across the 2nd fret D, G, and B, and we just add our 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A, so you get that nice, see the movement of the notes from one chord to the next. It's a very musical sound. That's to the B minor chord. Now on the record, the B minor is there, but it's only hinted at. It's more of a muting thing. So it's up to you whether you actually kind of that kind of style. And that's for 2 bars. I'm making sure that my 2s and my 4s when I'm counting are very accented, and the other strums I'm trying to keep it nice and nice and muted, but still the rhythm's kind of chugging along, if you like. Okay, the final two chords of our verse, we simply back to the F sharp major chord, bar across the 2nd fret, hold the 3rd fret of the G string, 4th fret A and 4th fret D, and then the E, open position, and that leads us into the chorus. Okay, now I'm going to play through the chorus progression for you from Mrs. Robinson. I'll play it through first and then we'll break it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, much more open sounding rhythm here, not as muted and as tight as the riff or as the verse progression. We start off playing the A major chord. I'm simply playing that with my 1st finger, barring the D, the G and the B strings at the 2nd fret. I'm not actually really playing the top E, it's kind of muted out, but you can arch your finger to get the note. The reason why I play it in that way is then I just bar that finger across, have my 3rd finger on the A string at the 4th fret, my little finger on the D string at the 4th fret, my thumb comes over, and that forms F sharp minor. Now you could play that like so, barring right across, but I find that very comfortable, and it's a nice little, little move to enable you to get those chords nice and clean. Okay, we repeat that figure twice, A to F sharp minor. We then have D to E, back into A, F sharp minor, A, F sharp minor, D. Now we have a B minor chord, and then put the palm muting back on and we're into our little riff. And then back into the verse. The actual track kicks off with an 8-bar riff section, verse, chorus, 4-bar riff section, verse and chorus. And then the outro of the track is just quite simply the same riff just looping over and over with loads of little fills. But make sure you check out the original for the arrangement. That's the basic structure of it. It's just that the first intro is longer, and I treat the one after the chorus almost like a pre-verse. So you've just got the little ones, and then into your verse. So it's a little more condensed. Okay, just to round this lesson off, I'm just going to play through the 2 sections for you, just through once, just to give you an idea of how they work dynamically. So straight in with the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nice simple tune, just a nice track to add to your repertoire. Really, really good little, picking hand and chord workout. And that concludes Mrs. Robinson.